Hello,
Hey, how you doing?
doing good. How about you?
Yeah, trying to focus on getting stuff done.
Yeah, I was
Um,
kind of working through a couple of bugs filed for 319. So,
let's see. I don't see anything on the agenda.
e- yeah, I don't have anything. I'll just keep pasting like the one from the last weekend. The one from the last week we discussed about adding delete operation to web, but basically we said that we want the maintainers to be back and then move forward with it. So I'll just keep pasting it to future meetings just so that I don't forget about it.
Yeah. Let's add the, I guess, agenda for today. Uh, mm, I did have this that I'm kind of curious. I think this might be kind of cool. I mean, we could
Can
add
you
to the backlog. Huh?
can you can you describe what is headlamp kit? Is I'm not familiar with it. Like I saw it the other day about
It's
like,
like it's becoming sort of the desktop for Kubernetes.
oh, okay.
So the idea is, you know, kind of like the plugins, think of it kind of like an app store, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like it will be a packaged Helm chart in that app store or
And
whatever, and
then
then
yeah.
user can click on it to install Gatekeeper basically.
And then you can define sort of like what components you want to expose to display, right? To manage or whatever. So I think like obviously it comes with like the default Kubernetes objects, but I think you can add more experience to it.
Yeah, this could be cool.
Yeah. So we could maybe add it to
Yeah,
maybe I'll add an issue, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Please do. This seems interesting.
Hey Christine, do
Hi.
you have
Yeah.
any topic for today?
Uh, oh, actually, one thing is that you upgrade, we upgrade, the Gatekeeper upgrade was OPA to version 2 something, right? In 18. So we,
Yeah,
One point.
one.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
1.3.
sorry. So, is that affect any change, anything to like a constraint template or constraint, like a structure?
So if you do want to use V1 version, there is a new field in the constraint template which you have to define, indicating that you want to use V1 in the repo itself. But for V0 user, nothing is changed.
Okay, good. Thanks.
There's also um a, a doc on how to use it. Um, do you have it handy?
Yeah, it's in constraint template. I'm sharing it.
Cool.
Uh, Here it is.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, cool. I for the follow up from the last week, I still need to post like map policies on issues and then ping users. So I'm currently moving towards that.
Sounds good. Uh, do we want to, do we need to go through 320 just to make,
Uh, I was thinking we could do it next week, but sure, like
okay.
it also works.
I'm okay either way.
Yeah, I would like to utilize this time for PR reviews and whatnot. And heads up that we may need to cut 319.1 and 318.3
Okay,
because of the issue that was reported
yeah,
today.
okay, okay, yeah, dependencies, right?
No, not the dependency one. So, like right now, if we delete constraint template when the delete operation is enabled, the error is there, and the same error if you remember that object kind is missing.
Can you link to the issue?
Yeah. Uh, I'll update it in the meeting notes as well.
Yeah, I thought we fixed this bug.
So this was fixed in skip excluded namespace part,
Mm,
but now the bug exists in the validation code where we validate the gatekeeper resources itself. At least that's what I think where the bug exists. Let me show you what I mean. Let me just share my
okay,
screen. I'm just pulling up the code. So give me a second. Yeah, okay. Do you see my screen?
yes.
Okay. So like through the webhook handle method, right? We eventually get down to validating our own resources in
Mhm.
Gatekeeper, like through which, and for each of these methods, like for delete operation, the request object will be null, right? It will exist only on old object, right? So for that, this statement will fail because we are directly accessing old object for all types of validations for gatekeeper resources, and we need to check the same way that we did in skip exclude, like the when we fix that other bug where if the request is delete and the current object is nil, then we need to check all object basically.
Okay. Go back to the previous function, the validate Kate's
Yeah.
resource. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this is that is my theory, and I was kind of about to test it right before the meeting. So
Hmm. Okay. All this is because I think we removed that one line where like I think I added it like way back in the day where if it's like if the old object is null or something, just set it to, sorry, if it's delete, right, make sure request equal to old object or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
And that line got removed or
yeah,
replaced
it
when
got,
we moved everything over to Gatekeeper itself.
that's right. You mean we wanted the framework to take care of it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. I mean, definitely test this, but like after you fix this, can you maybe just do a bit more testing to make sure this isn't a problem elsewhere? Now
Yeah, yeah,
it's like I'm worried that there's like more of these. Yeah.
yeah. So for all the Gatekeeper resources, like any type of Gatekeeper resource you talk about, all of them, for all of them, this error should be there. Uh, because I don't think we are ever checking for any Gatekeeper resources if the alt request, like if the request is deleted or not.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah, I'll do testing around.
okay. Uh, yeah, because I think we used to just like do it when the request comes in, so it will take care of everything. But now we're doing it in different places.
Yeah.
Um, can you remind me how do we handle this in the Rego? I'm trying to remember.
What do you mean?
Uh, like for cell, right? Like there was a function that um like any object, right? Regardless if it's old
Hmm.
object or new object. How do we handle this in
How where do we set the object variable for Rego?
yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't know where it is exactly on top of my mind. I do remember seeing it somewhere. Should be schema. But this particular error is for like the error that we just talked about. It doesn't concern, like it's not concerning for Rego itself,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yeah.
No, I know that's like more just validate gatekeeper things, but uh, now I'm just trying to remember what we do for Rego in general, you know?
Hmm.
Because you see how in Kate cell it's any object, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what do we do for Rego? Ah, I mean, maybe you can figure out later. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll
But
dictate it in.
or just do a quick test, right? Like if you do delete, um, you know what?
So delete for other objects works like that. That I already tested when the bug was fixed. Like skip exclude the first bug was skip fixed.
Mhm.
For delete for cell and rego, everything works as expected.
Okay.
But I'll retest them one more time as well just to make sure.
Yeah, but like if it works, I'm trying to remember what sets input dot request to, like, you know how you do input dot request, right? And um but how do we set that for delete?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been,
Once I find it, I think it should be.
okay. Yeah,
the,
thank you. This is bugging me now, as you can tell.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
I'll work on that.
I have a problem. Once my mind is on something, I'm like, huh. Yeah, input review that object. Something is setting area, I'm guessing. But anyway, yeah, we can and then in the meantime, uh I know you have the disk write to disk thing PR. Other than that, just let me know if you need other stuff to be reviewed.
There are a bunch of other PRs that are up
Okay.
as well. I'll
Okay.
just share you the link, or I'll. Mm,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Sounds good. I'll drop so I can do the
yeah.
okay. And
Perfect.
nothing else, right?
No, 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 nothing else from my side. Do you have anything, Christine?
Oh no, think so.
All right.
Bye,
Okay.
see you later.
Bye.